Thanks for returning to our channel. Remember, if you enjoy our content, give us a like, share and subscribe. We appreciate your comments and always endeavour to reply. Today we make passage from Lowestoft to Wales next to the sea and have a downwind sail. Check out our cruising chute.
We made it in. It's getting dark now. We are hoping tomorrow to go and make our way up to Wales next to the sea. As you can see, it's quite dark, but I just thought I'd show you our berth. We're just getting some water in. We're sort of next to some hard standing, like the yard, but we've got a massive berth because we're right at the walkway. You can see the ramp to get out of the marina there. We've got this huge berth because there's nothing next to us. That's the nearest boat and there's no finger in between. And there's all that room back there as well. So actually it was quite easy to get in. It's quite a big, nice, comfortable berth for the night. So I think we'll sleep well. And we're going to go back out that way in the morning. I think we're going to leave to get the 8:45 lockout in the morning. That means we have to leave this berth at least 9:30, might even be before. So we're trying to get ready tonight for going tomorrow.
Morning, we've left Lowestoft and we're just coming up on the new half-built bridge. We're coming alongside a nice cat that's about to cross the Atlantic at some point in its future. And we are heading down to the bridge for the 9:45 lockout, which is all very exciting.
Now with the diver.
Oh yeah, and there's a diver on this new bridge construction. And we've got to keep an eye on him. He's being protected by a ship called Tristan, I think. But we need to keep an eye on him, so we'll be having a weathered eye out for that chap or chapess.
Well, as we're heading up the river to lockout, not lockout, to go through the bridge, we've seen these, what look like autonomous vehicles. They're like floating boats that say survey on them. I don't know if there's something to do with Border Force, but they're actually moving around on their own. They must be remote controlled. How cool is that?
Lowestoft over.
Look at these.
Bridge control, this is Minosh.
They look like there might be something to do with this white
boat.
boat. They look like they're recovering one. It's got a red light on the top.
To the
The one in front of us.
Shall I wait?
I wonder what they're surveying. Whether it's the ground or the survey. It must be something underwater. Sorry about the radio barbling away.
There's a few of them.
But we need that on.
To go in, understood. We
So
go
cool.
out to the bridge channel.
Here we are. We're passing yet another wind farm. This one's only little compared to some of those ones in the Thames estuary. We are managing to motor sail somewhat slowly because we're against tide. And under there you can see Great Yarmouth and probably the skipper's nose. Back there it looks like Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's all fairground rides. We just passed a couple of big boats at anchor as well. Nice day. Slow passage, like I said, but we have picked up now 5 knots.
No,
We're like speeding compared to the 2.4 when we set off.
it'll take us 3 hours.
It's building, it's building.
Should build quicker. We picked up a bit of speed at last. We were doing probably about 3.5 knots for a couple of hours, but now we've
9.2.
we've turned that round, and Tish is telling me we're doing 9.2. 9.4, sorry.
9.5.
Oh, going up all the time. So we're hoping we can make up a bit of time. We're heeling over. We're crashing into the waves, which is always fun. And drinking tea, which is even more fun. There we go. The decks are getting a little bit of splash, but the salt water stops the algae growing, so that's not a bad thing, is it?
almost near Wells, next to the sea. We're about probably, I don't know, 7 miles away from the West Cardinal Mark, which the locals call the leader buoy for the entrance. As you can see, the sails are in. The wind died about 40 minutes ago, so Alan and I took the opportunity to put our sails away and zip the bags up. We don't really need to be at that Cardinal Mark until about 7:45, 8 o'clock, so we might as well be ready, and then when we go down the channel we don't have to put all this away when we actually get in, because it'll be getting dark, so it'd be nice not to have to do that, so we did it now. But we've got lovely shiny sparkly seas, lovely weather, it's warm, all the oilies are gone. I'm now just in shorts and t-shirt. The coast is lovely. The skipper is down below, as he normally is actually when I come up and get the camera out, but I just bob in. There we go. He's actually cooking. We're going to have our dinner before we go in because we don't want to eat really late, so we're going to have it before we get to that West Cardinal Mark. We're going to sit in the sunshine on the deck, enjoy our food, which is what we did last night on the way into Lowestoft, and then when we get in it's time to tuck up for bed. We're not actually planning on going anywhere tomorrow. I think we're going to have a day in port, so it means Alan hasn't got to do any planning. I've got to run around and do anything on the boat, no fueling, no water, none of that sort of stuff when we get in, so we can just relax and go to bed. It's been a lovely day so far. Okay, so we arrived here super early, so we decided to anchor up. We're not far from the Cardinal Mark, which is the leading mark in. We've got our radio on, and the harbour master very kindly said he will radio us when there's enough water for us to go in, so we can just sit out here and wait. Give us a call. He said it'd be at least 8:30, so we think it's going to be totally dark by then, and we've got to navigate our way up this very long windy channel with lots of lights in the dark, so fingers crossed. Just thought we'd show you this beautiful sunset we're watching while we're sitting waiting. So we are in Wells, next to the sea. It's quite pretty, it's a nice little town. You can see loads of people grabbing. Very busy little place. And our berth is sort of on a little river next to a load of marshland, which is over there. And you come up a very long channel, which is currently dry, with lots of boats drying on it. But I absolutely love this sculpture. There's a lovely sculpture of a horse on the bank over there. But this morning we had a super high tide because of this supermoon, and it was underwater. So we watched him slowly cover, and he looks great as it covers, and all the marshland behind it covered, and then it uncovered. It's just beautiful, it really works.
Here we are in Wells by the sea. No, Wells on sea or something like that anyway. We'll call it Wells. Wells next to the sea. No, Wells next the sea. Wells next to the sea, I'm sure that's what it's called. Anyway, whatever it's called, it's absolutely amazing. This morning we had this massive tide where this marsh in the middle here completely disappeared, and the town was slightly flooded. No, the town wasn't, but the road was. And now it's low tide, and it's been low tide for hours. And because of the sandbar at the entrance, it stays low tide until about sort of 3 hours more than it should, and then it comes rushing in. So it's been low tide. That red buoy over there is high and dry. That's how low it is. There we are. One of our navigation marks from last night. And it's, what I love is the light. Absolutely beautiful light tonight. And we have the amazing horse, which is here. And the horse is a sculpture which commemorates all the horses that used to drag the lifeboat down the channel before they had motors. So isn't that lovely? Beautiful sculpture. and an amazing thing to commemorate. So it's about 2.5 hours before high water, and the tide has finally turned, and that's what's happening as it rushes in.
We've decided to go for a little evening walk. We're sailing out tomorrow. We're going to sail to Grimsby. And we're taking this, which is a little path that goes alongside the estuary where we came in. And the Seagull is moored back that way where those masts are. Hopefully we get to enjoy the walk, and the sun is just setting. While we walked almost out to the sea, there's a huge lifeboat station. Really nice visitor centre shop. Fortunately it's closed because we're here late, but if they're ever open we always go in and try and buy something. Here's the ramp on the other side of the lifeboat house, and we can see the rest of the channel that we came in the dark, going out that way. Beautiful evening again. Not a zephyr wind in here. I know, Alan just pointed out across here, if we just cross this sort of walkway, it takes us to the beach. I think the walkway's sort of a little bit higher because it floods in and they're trying to get people safely off the beach. There was something with a sign that said the siren sound to make sure people get off the beach in time. But we can see on the beach lots of really evening beautiful coloured painted beach huts. Look at these.
It's all on the way in.
Alan noticed them yesterday, but I didn't. I bet they're really lovely in the sunshine. Just look at this evening. The weather's meant to be great again tomorrow, so hopefully, fingers crossed, our sailing will be lovely. Okay, well, we've walked along a bit and these are beautiful beach huts. I love the fact that they're high up on stilts because the tide comes in and the colours are beautiful. I think they're really well kept. I wouldn't mind one of these. We're just leaving Wells next to the sea. It's taken us a long time to get used to saying that without a two. I don't know if you can see this, but our GPS plotter is showing us going across land because it needs a bit of an update. The channel's moved. But it is another beautiful day. It's quite a big tide again, so it's good for us to get out. It's a nice morning tide, and we're making our way towards sort of Grimsby or Hull. The skipper's on the helm, and I still am in the process of taking fenders in. I have tidied the lines though, and I've got the fender step to bring in, so I better get on with it. Yesterday when we went for a walk, we showed you the lifeboat house and the beach huts from the beach. This is us coming out of the channel. You can see the green marker, how close we are to that beach. I do love these beach huts, they're beautiful. All brightly painted. You can rent them out apparently. You can have them for about £65 a day. And they come with sort of tea and coffee and comfy seats and deck chairs and that sort of thing. Really nice. It's always nice to get changed when you've been swimming. And a couple of them even do a winter deal. Might just be fun to watch the boats. Here's a red marker. Those are the boats going out the channel. Another yacht in front of us and a motorboat. That's sort of out to sea, and that's the estuary where we came from with the markers behind. So what was my understatement of the year?
Yeah, spectacular I thought. We're just making our way down the channel, and it's quite, windy and skinny and quite shallow, and Tish very absent-mindedly said, "Oh, I'm kind of glad we're coming out in daylight." You think?
It was a bit hair-raising in the dark. I was just reflecting on that moment. very happy. Look what we've managed to do. We've got our cruising shoot out, a rare event. Normally when we get it out, the wind is terrible and we don't do it.